Hi, how are you? I just wanted to let you know that I'm actually wedding dress shopping, and I just need about like 30,000 today in check. If I could come and pick it up.
Oh, yeah, okay, no problem.
Sorry, not to be rude, but he has told you that I can receive the money anytime I want.
Yes, but he does need to authorize it.
And if he was out of solitary now, he would be telling you that I need the money.
Watching Love After Lockup is like watching a montage of train wrecks. You never really get a break. You'll watch one couple and you'll think to yourself, wow, this might be the worst thing I've ever seen. And then it shows another couple and you'll think to yourself, wow, this might be the worst thing I've ever seen. Pretty much whatever is happening on screen on this show is the worst thing I've ever seen. Whatever's currently going on is the most horrible thing you can imagine. Today we're going to be discussing Gabby, and her big day is coming up, so she is wedding dress shopping. At first, when they told her it was $45, I was thinking, okay, that's a little bit expensive. It's $4,500, but you know, it's a wedding dress. And then the lady says, okay, we need $20 on the down payment. Are you saying the wedding dress is $45,000? But it's okay because Gabby is just going to phone up her boyfriend Chris, who is in jail, and just grab a quick $20K, you know?
So what is going on right now? I don't understand what the big deal is.
Still is required in writing.
Okay, you're not listening to me. Okay, at this point, just shut the up. You lawyers.
Alright, let me give you some context here, and believe me, the context is actually going to make this worse. Gabby's boyfriend Chris is currently in jail, but he has a decent amount of money because he was awarded $150,000 for a settlement after he was beat up by some prison guards. He gave $60,000 to Gabby, who admittedly blew it all on a car, on plastic surgery, and groceries. But now she just has to have this $45,000 wedding dress, and she talks about their stash of money like it's infinite. It's not infinite, you're almost out. And it's absolutely insane that she just calls up her boyfriend's lawyer and asks for the money, and then when he doesn't give it to her because he needs approval from her boyfriend, she loses her mind. Does she have any common sense at all, or does she care how any of this works? No, the answer is no. She just wants money. She needs money.
Gabrielle, pissing me off right now because he told me that I can't get the money because Christopher didn't approve it.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Okay, every other time Christopher tells me to give me money, he approves it. What is the problem now?
The problem is the dress is $45,000. Are you out of your mind? Imagine getting this upset because you can't immediately demand 20 grand for a down payment on a wedding dress you just found like 5 minutes ago. Right now, her boyfriend is in solitary confinement, so he can't be contacted and can't approve of the money transfer, so she's getting very upset about this. You'd think that she would be a little bit more understanding. I don't know if they talked about the price of the wedding dress. I doubt it, but even if they did, it's pretty standard that she's gonna have to get approval from him directly to get the money. Gabby is clearly trying to live this high-end, luxurious lifestyle as if they're millionaires, but they're not. They were awarded some money in a settlement, and once that's gone, that's it. Now you gotta work again.
I'm really addicted to plastic surgery. So I did the chin, I did the jawline, I did under eye, the cheeks, I did Botox, I did lip injections, eyebrow lift. Chris doesn't know how I look right now.
Oh man. Well, at least she's honest. I guess we can say that. She's like, look, I know I'm gonna look like a space alien in 10 years, but at least I'll have blown all of my boyfriend's money. The crazy thing is, apparently Gabby complained about the fact that the show portrayed her like she wasted all of his money on plastic surgery, but here she is saying that she wasted all his money on plastic surgery. I mean, maybe some of it was her own, but the way she spoke about that dress, I'm assuming she doesn't really care. Oh, did I mention that she and his family absolutely hate each other? Because that's another thing.
They like to play them games, and I'm done with that. What are you doing? Everybody's disrespecting me. Nobody's respecting me. When I came to go talk to you guys didn't even respect me.
Okay, wow, that was an amazing statement. They just like to play games. I'm so sick of this. They're disrespectful. They don't respect me. And earlier today, they disrespected me. They're treating me like I took all his money and spent it on plastic surgery or something. As you can see, there's a lot to get into here, and none of it is good. But first, we need to talk about something that actually is good, and that's today's sponsor, Hungry Root. If you want to eat healthier and spend less time shopping and stressing out about what to cook, then I cannot emphasize enough how much easier Hungry Root will make your life. They have a massive selection of different meals, snacks, produce, desserts, but it's never overwhelming because is after completing a short quiz, everything will be catered to your own preferences or dietary needs. It's like having your own personal shopper for the week, but you get to decide how much you'd like to pick out or leave up to them. It comes with the recipes too, which can be very simple or a bit more complicated depending on how much time you'd like to spend cooking. Everything I've tried so far has been great, whether it was a meal I had to put together or something that was ready to eat or just a snack or anything. There's been nothing that was bad. And what I also like is you can choose which weeks you want to have it delivered or not, so you're not locked into some monthly or yearly subscription or anything like that. If you'd like to get 40% off your first Hungry Root box plus a free item of your choice in every box for life, then use code SLICE at hungryroot.com. Again, that's hungryroot.com and use code SLICE to get 40% off your first box plus a free item in each box for life. All right, let's get back to this madness.
But with Chris, he showed me like what love really is.
Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure that happened.
We are engaged. He's sent me $5,000. I went to a jewelry store and I bought a ring there.
So it sounds like while Chris is in jail, Gabby is just living it up with his money. She bought herself an engagement ring. She couldn't even wait for him to get out of prison and propose to her. Maybe it's because she knows that wouldn't have happened anyway. It seems to be the case very often on this show where the person who's not in jail desperately wants to get married immediately, whereas the person who is in jail has no interest in doing that right away. But it's okay because they're already spiritually married or something. I don't know. That's what she says. I'm assuming he just said, yeah, whatever, fine, we're spiritually married. So now Gabby meets up with her parents, who are obviously not big supporters of the relationship. Let's see how she defends herself here.
It's like, oh my God, he's in prison. Oh my God. Like, what's the problem?
Well, you've convinced me.
You just met this dude.
We've been together for a year.
You don't even know him, Gabrielle.
Yes, I do. What are you talking about? I talk to him every day. I've seen him every week.
All right, Gabby, just admit it. This is at least partially about the money. I mean, getting 60 grand from somebody is pretty wild. It's hard to see the relationship objectively after that. Well, not to mention the fact that he's in prison too. But just based on how she handled the wedding dress, she seems really entitled and materialistic.
I can't stand materialistic people.
I just feel like you're wrong and you're judging someone you don't even know yet.
Is she prejudging? You better not prejudge. So Gabby's mom starts to complain that she always picks the worst guys, and the more you see her mother on the show, the more impatient she becomes. She says that Gabby has been with good guys before, but she always ends up chasing them away. Literally, like chasing them down the street. Gabby strikes me as the kind of person who would tear off your windshield wiper and try to hit you with it because she smashed into your car because she was busy FaceTiming.
Chris is getting out in a few weeks. When Chris walks through the prison gates, I'm definitely racing his mother. Obviously, I'm going to win. And then I'm going to jump on him, probably hug him, kiss him. She's gonna be standing there for about 5 minutes without any love.
It's clear from the very beginning that Gabby is determined to have a rivalry with Chris's family. We don't really see how this all started between them, but it's not really hard for me to believe that Gabby was, just being childish and overly competitive for no reason. She really enjoys whenever she feels like Chris is choosing her over his family, and she also plans to secretly marry Chris as soon as he gets out of jail without telling his family and then having an actual wedding later on. So next, Gabby reveals to one of her friends that some other girl messaged her and told her to tell her husband to stop messaging her. Did you follow all that? Basically, he's probably cheating somehow, even though he's in jail. And some other girl is trying to tell Gabby about it, and I guess she has a voice note.
She put, can you do me a favor and tell your husband to stop calling my phone?
Are you serious?
Your wife should not write me. That's not your wife? Because she told me y'all are legally married.
Ha!
He considers me his wife.
She doesn't even deny the fact that that's his voice. If he's cheating or even talking to another girl while he's in jail, what do you think he's gonna do when he gets out? But either way, he obviously doesn't consider you to be his wife. He was just talking about you like you were a joke. And there's really no reason for him to be talking to anyone else anyway. But maybe he thinks he can get away with this because of all the money he's given her. Like, he thinks she'll just put up with it. So for the next few episodes, Gabby just does a bunch of detective work trying to get to the bottom of this. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode. She meets up with Chris's brother and Chris's sister and then Chris's mom, and they're all just kind of like, I don't know. Have you tried maybe just asking your fiance directly, And then Gabby's like, yeah, but I don't really trust him about anything ever, so that's not gonna work. Maybe we could do some kind of setup, like a good old-fashioned sting operation. That's the only way I can be sure. Then we can have a romantic wedding and live happily ever after the sting operation. This next part's pretty funny. Gabby and Chris's sister go wait for him to be released, and they just sit in a parking lot all day, and then these people come over and they're like, yeah, he's not getting out today. I honestly thought Gabby was gonna refuse to accept this and be like, no, you have to let him out because you told me you were, and a public officer cannot lie like that. So if you'll excuse me, and then she puts the car in drive and just smashes right into the jail.
I hope this jail is like not an ass jail where they're not gonna tell us anything. We're just gonna be.
No, they can't have us sitting here for so long.
And what do you know, they end up sitting there all morning, but don't worry, Gabby's gonna scope it out. She'll get to the bottom of what's going on here. What do you see over there? I love how she says she hopes it's not an asshole jail. Like, what does that mean? What is a non-asshole jail? What does that mean to her? I know she just wants him to be let out on time, but I don't know why everybody thinks that's the jail's top priority, is to make sure you know what time he's getting out.
I wanna see if I see a.
It look like heads on the book.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you see him anywhere? There he is. He's just running across the parking lot. Seriously though, what are they looking for? Do they think he got out and he's just avoiding them? Like he ducks behind a car when they see him? So after like 4 hours, this guy comes over and tells him that there must have been some sort of miscommunication and Chris isn't getting out today. And Gabby is like, damn it, I knew this was an asshole jail. What is wrong with you guys? You like throw people in there and then you don't let them out for a while. I just put $20,000 down on my wedding dress. What have you done?
They're not really giving us a lot of information, so it's not really nothing like. All we could do is wait.
So I kid you not, they go to a hotel and then they come back the next day to try again, like it's an experiment or something. Gabby puts on her giant sunglasses and I think the police mistook it for some sort of weapon. I don't know, but all I do know is he doesn't get out again and it's the second time in a row. So anyway, now it's a different season and there's actually a lot of time that's passed because it says she's 28 now and she was 26 in the last one. Now Chris is finally actually getting released for real and Gabby has to go to his release with his sister and his mother, which means it's bound to be a disaster. Let's see.
He's calling me from the bus driver's phone and he's telling me he was released from prison. He's on a bus to a different bus station. I'm just really anxious because all I want to do is marry him already. Like, you know, that's the first thing I'm going to do.
So it's the morning of his release and they're at a hotel and Chris's sister and his mother just want to eat breakfast. But Gabby just wants to immediately go see Chris because I guess she's worried that they're not going to get there in time or something, even though it sounds like they have plenty of time. She starts acting like a child and telling them they need to hurry and that she just wants to see Chris and she's just trying to rush them.
What is y'all doing? Like,
I'm here, like, I'm trying to leave and go get you.
I'm thinking y'all left already.
They over there eating and stuff.
Yeah, by the time y'all get there, I probably only have like 5 hours left. I don't know why y'all didn't leave yet.
So I don't really know how on time they are or if what he's saying is true, but I feel like I would just assume his family, his actual family would know. I doubt it's the end of the world if they take 15-20 minutes to eat breakfast. It just seems like she overreacts here. She also doesn't really seem to respect his family very much. Like they seem quite tired of her already. It's actually kind of funny. She's always going crazy to the side while they just sit there and let it happen. It's like they know if they ignore her for a while, she'll just get tired between all the yelling and the weight of her sunglasses and she'll just pass out.
I don't know why they would think there's time to eat when I clearly told them that we have to go, but you know, they're sitting there like two princesses and they think that you know, like it's all about them. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh, the irony. I guess if you want to eat breakfast, that means you're making everything all about you. Look, it's possible that they're taking an unreasonable amount of time, but it's his family. What are you gonna do? You gonna throw a tantrum? It's not like she just dragged her friends along. Like, this is her fiance's family. Shouldn't she just be a little bit more patient here?
Can we go? Because I'm getting aggravated now.
Well, we're not ready yet.
Ready right now.
What are y'all doing?
We sitting down. It's only 8 o'clock.
Why are y'all just being so calm and just eating?
Didn't you say you wanted to eat?
It's not all about you.
Yes, it is. You don't understand. It is all about me. Damn it. Listen, Chris's mom, when he gets released, if you even think about getting in my way, even for 1 second, then you're going to regret that bagel you ate. It'll be the last bagel you ever ate. What was it? Raisins? Was it good? Would you recommend it? Was it stale? Like they sometimes are at hotel. You know, I don't have time. We have to get Chris.
Why are y'all just being so calm and just eating?
It's a good question. Why are they just sitting there eating so calmly? That's suspicious. They're crazy. These two are just completely unhinged. They're sitting there eating right now at a time like this.
And go and over there.
You want to leave. You're ready to
Yes, because
It's
we
the
all
three of
came
us.
here to see Chris.
Okay,
Yeah.
then we're going.
Like, he's gonna be there in 3 hours, right?
Uh-huh.
Why do I have to rush and drive?
We don't have to rush and drive.
When
Oh, geez. They're trying. I gotta hand it to him. Chris's sister, Essence, is trying to explain that there's 3 of them, so she can't just make a decision for all 3 of them. And Gabby's like, yeah, but we came here for Chris. And then they say, yeah, that's true. That's our point. And it also sounds like they were saying there would be plenty of time, and if they left now, they'd just be sitting there waiting for the bus anyway. They said it takes 3 hours to get there, and I think Chris said he's not gonna be there for 5 hours.
and then
So
if
you're
we're
trying
not
to beat
there,
the bus there? That's your plan?
Yes, because I'm gonna, and then I have to hear his mouth
You're
because
not
he's
gonna
over
hear
here
my
mouth all
voice.
that.
So happy to see
All
you.
right, I'm telling you right now, I'm about to go home because they over here trying to fight me. They acting crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's what I saw. They were trying to fight you. These two absolute maniacs were trying to fight you. It's amazing that they wound her up from simply sitting there at a table eating breakfast. Can you imagine how difficult she is to deal with? So one of the reasons she gave as to why she wants to leave now is because she doesn't want to hear it from Chris later. But she should just tell Chris, listen, it's your family. They just want to eat breakfast. We'll get on the road in like 20-30 minutes. What do they have to race against the bus? Is this an action movie? Is Chris sitting on a conveyor belt with like a chopping mechanism at the end? Is he being slowly dunked into a lava pit? Like, is something happening that's very urgent, or is he just getting dropped off at a bus station?
Like, I'm about to start crying. I don't like man. I keep dealing with them, man.
What's up? What is y'all doing? Why y'all taking so long to do?
We are leaving now. Why is she calling you? We packing up now like she bugging.
I feel like this is a prime example of how Gabby is an expert at extracting drama out of every situation. She's like Angelina from the Jersey Shore. She can draw water from a stone. Even something as simple as them sitting there eating breakfast can be twisted into her saying that they're trying to make it all about them and they're crazy and they're fighting her. What happens when somebody actually is confrontational, when somebody is trying to fight her? What would she say then? So the next part is where she says nobody's respecting her, that they keep disrespecting her, and earlier they didn't even respect her. Can you believe that? So now you've seen what she's talking about. Do you think she's right? Were they disrespecting her? I feel like she was primarily the one being disrespectful, to be honest, and it gets worse because now his family's ready to leave and she won't get in the car.
Yeah, you're too emotional.
Like, let's
just go.
Because I know exactly what's going on. We came down, we were calm, and we came down to eat.
Okay, Gabby, let's go.
All of a sudden,
So after all the crap she gave them for sitting there eating breakfast, taking too long, now she wants to waste even more time by arguing about it and not getting in the car. Chris's mother and sister have an incredible amount of patience, especially considering the fact that they have probably dealt with this many times already. I think Gabby is one of the most childish and entitled people we've ever seen on this show. But anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. She is so awful that I had to spend an entire video talking about her before Chris even gets out of prison. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you come back for part 2. For those who are paid members on Patreon, today is in fact Jers Day, so you can head on over there for part 17, which I just uploaded earlier. If you haven't joined already, you should definitely consider it if you like these videos. I can guarantee you're not going to be disappointed. The videos on Patreon are a lot longer, and I can show clips for a lot longer as well. Anyway, that's about all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks again to Hungry Root for sponsoring this video. Hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.
There's conversations that he's had with women.
Angelina, you are not welcome here. You understand that?
I don't know, Ma. Some grams.